Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. So this is the third installment of this mini Flask series of creating a Todo application in Flask and Python. So in this part we're going to learn how you can do some updating functionality in your Flask application, and as well as we will see how you can upload your Flask application in Heroku. So let me show something to you guys. This is what our application currently looks like. I have added some CSS and did some modification in our outlook of the application, and these are the CSS code that I have added, and I have also added some classes to divs. So you can get all of these codes from the GitHub repository of this project, so don't worry about that. Now we will just focus on the updating part of the application, and I will try to finish this video as fast as I can. And let me tell you something, that there is nothing much to explain in this part, because you have already seen how routes and database works, how request works. So all I am going to do is create a new route for updating our application, and you can just follow along with me. So let's create a new route, and I think I'm just going to copy the home route, because there is nothing too much to explain here. Let's just copy this route, delete. So I'm going to copy this route and let me paste it here. Now the first thing I will do is let me just change the URL here. So I'll change the URL, update, and we'll pass an ID through this URL, and we're going to also change the name of the function, so it will be update. And now as we are updating, we have to get the task that we need to update. So I'm just going to change this name to task. So we will get the task, and we'll use the request to handle the task and update the task. So as we are querying the task, it should have access to our content, which is task. So task, and it will be equal to the content of the form. So it will be request dot form, and we'll pass the content from the form. And as we are just updating, so all we need to do is to just commit to our database. So I'm going to delete this part, and we will just commit to our database, and after committing to database, it will just return us to our home page. Okay, except if something goes wrong, then it will show us there was a problem in updating. Now I have to also add an if and else condition, because as we are updating our application, which means that we are also posting to our application, so we need to add the if and else condition here. So if request dot method equals to post, then the application has to do all of these things. So I'm just going to intend everything here, and this is something very important in Python, that you should correct your indentations. VS Code is very efficient in this way, that it makes the indentation correct. Okay, so all of these things will work if the request method is post. Okay, so I'm just going to add this, and if, which means else if this doesn't work, then what should we do? Else if the method is not post, then obviously it means that we are going to return render template, and our template will be return render template update .html. We don't have the file right now, but we are going to create it. And here in my route we can see the URL, and we also need to add the methods here. So methods in square brackets, we'll post the two methods, post and get method. Okay, now this looks fine. Now we will focus on creating the update HTML page. So let's create an HTML page here. Select the language. We'll set it as HTML. And I'm going to save this file, save as. In my Flask application, open up the templates folder. We'll save this file as update.html. Update.html. Let's save the file. Okay, so just for the sake of this video, I have already created a snippet somewhere here, and I'm just going to add this snippet code to my update file. So let's open up this. I'm just going to paste out here. Now it is almost looks like same as the index.html file, except this file is just going to update our task. So we need to provide the update page all of our tasks, or the task itself. So task will be equal to task. And another thing we need to pass is the title. So title will be equal to update. Okay. Now let's go back to the HTML file and see if everything is okay. Now there is one more thing we have to do, is go to our index.html file, and in our link we'll just add the link to update route. So copy this and add the URL here. Just change from delete to update, and that should do it. Now save all of these files. Save all. Let's go back to our application and let's hit a reload button first. Okay, it seems to work fine. Now let's add another task. Let's say play song. If I click the add task, you can see the application is adding the task. Let's add another task. Save the file. If I click the add task, it will save another file. If I click delete, it should delete my task. And if I now click the update button, it should open up this page, and you can see that this page gets the task. And now if I change that, change the task from play song to play rock song, and if I click the update button, it should update my task, and you see the task has been updated. So that's pretty much it, how you can update your task. And let me show you the update HTML page. So it has a form as well, and it's using post method. It's getting action from the link we are providing to it, and the value is going to be the task itself. So all you need to do is to change the task and submit. So that was all. Now we have to just focus on how to upload this application into Heroku. So what is Heroku? Heroku is basically a cloud service that will allow us to upload our applications. And you can just go to Heroku website. So before showing you that, let me just turn on my Wi-Fi. Okay, so this is basically Heroku, and you can go to this site and click the sign up button to create a new account for this. And after you have created a new account into Heroku, you can search for Heroku CLI online and download Heroku CLI that suits to your operating system. So I will just put the link to this website in the description box. You can check that out. So after you have created the Heroku account, and as well as you have downloaded the CLI installation, then all you have to do is to open up your project directory in your terminal. And let me just close the server for now, because we are not going to work with the server anymore. So I'm just going to clear all of this out, and currently I am in my project directory. Uploading your Flask application in Heroku might be a little bit complex. There are some things you need to do first. So the first thing we will do is initialize a Git repository. So Git Git init. So it has initialized a Git empty repository. And now we have to do is, if you have installed Python, then you should have also something called pip3, which you can use to freeze all of the dependencies of your application. So all you have to write down is pip freeze and greater than sign, then requirements .txt. And if I hit enter, it should add all of those requirements or the dependencies for my applications. Okay, so it has added. Now we're going to open the project directory here. Okay, so in our project directory we are seeing that there is a file called requirements.txt. We're just going to open up this, and you can see that it has added a lot of dependencies in this file, but we're not going to need this, and this has added because I'm working in my local environment. If you are working in virtual environment, then it should have added some less dependencies, but as I'm working in local environment, it has added so much dependencies in my requirements.txt. So I'm just going to modify this file. Here is another requirements.txt I have created, and this will allow me to upload my application on Heroku without any kind of problem. So I'm just going to select all of this and going to paste this requirements. Now I'm just going to save this. And another thing we need is something called the proc file. So let me open up this, and I'm going to type touch proc file and hit it. Okay, now we're going to open up this proc file from our VS Code. So let's go ahead and open up the proc file. So this is our proc file. Let's open up this, and there, all you have to do is to write a specific code. But before showing you the code, let me tell you that you need to install something else as well. Pip install unicorn, and if you hit enter, it will start installing. And as I have already installed it, so I don't need it, so I'm just going to delete this. So after you have installed unicorn, open up your proc file and then write down this code: web : unicorn app : app. And this is just saying that server should run the application file. That's all. So save this. And now let's go back to our terminal or command prompt, whatever you say. So let's clear the screen first. Now we have added 2 files here, and there is a empty Git repository. So now we're going to add everything from our project directory. Add everything. So git add and a period that will add all of the file. Now we will make a commit here. So git commit -m, just write here initial commit. So it has committed. Next thing we need to do is Heroku login. Okay, let's try out from the command prompt itself. So if I write here Heroku login and now hit enter to process the login. Okay, so it opened up a new tab on my browser. If I click login, it should log me in. Let's close this. Alright. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is let's write Heroku and space create the name of your application. So I'm going to name it To-Do Master -2021. Heroku create To-Do Master 2021, and it's creating and it's done. Now let's write here git remote -v. So it will take our application to remote repository in Heroku, and now all we have to do is to write git push Heroku master. Okay, so it's done. Now let's go ahead and copy this link. So this is, let's copy this link. Let's go ahead and paste this link here. And there you have it. Our application is now online. So this is how you can create a simple to-do application using Flask, and this is how you can upload your application on Heroku. So guys, I hope you like this tutorial. This has been a great experience for me creating a series of tutorial, something like this I have never done before, and I really had fun creating this application, and I hope you guys really loved it and enjoyed it. So let me know through the comment what other projects I can do, and let me know through the comment that if you liked it, and please subscribe to the channel. So thank you everyone, bye bye.